is those missiles, like you heard Apostle Tahar mention.
The arrows that flies by day are those missiles. Yep.
Yeah, they're the missiles. We're not even going to be afraid of that.
The missiles are going to be a terror as well.
Yeah, let me read it again. Psalm 91:5, and you got to visualize this as you hear the words. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day," which is those missiles, "nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday." Again, that's those missiles. All right, so we're not going to be afraid. Really, we're not afraid of anything, man. That is coming, that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring, that leads to destruction. Just like it says in 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, "The Lord hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind." So, we have this knowledge, we have this truth. The Most High has made us to understand it. So that's been replaced. The understanding replaces fear. People fear things they don't understand, in the majority, But we understand it through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So we're actually mad that it hasn't really fully come yet, because those things have to happen before Yahushua comes back and brings the kingdom, Anybody else?
Yeah, like I said, we're about to go into this. We're about to switch gears here, but basically, that's the one thing. These plagues that's going to come, as we read in the scriptures, it's going to affect a lot of you people right here. It's going to hit home right here in America, right here in New York City, Staten Island, man. So that's going to spread, and it's not just going to stick to one person. Pretty soon on the news, you're going to hear about it, the Ebola thing in Brooklyn. We got the Ebola thing in Manhattan. And they're going to start, you people fucking around, they're going to start quarantining New York City. And we've been praying to the Lord, man, for the longest time to let something hit right here. Because we can't stand you people, man. Because we live here, and we live amongst you people. You people are a bunch of demons, man. You're a bunch of demons, man. And we speak right here in New York City, and we have to deal with you. Especially Jake, primarily Jake, man. You crackers too, but you Jakes, man. You Israelites, you tribes. We want to see y'all get it, man. Because Jake, the only thing Jake want to do, man, is play games. We see you out there, and we out there on the street. You walking by and shit. You going to the movies, doing whatever it is you're doing. You got
most of these women, black women and Latino women. Most of them are lesbians, man. Yeah. I mean, that's a new trend, man. But you want to big up the women? Fuck the goddamn women, man. Yeah, I just curse. You don't like it? Don't watch GMS. You guys that talk bad about us, but you continue to watch our videos. Don't watch our videos, man. Anyway, we're going into the topic on Columbus, since Columbus Day is coming up. Whatever sites that you got or whatever books. I got some of them books over there. Hand me them books over there. Them books. Yeah, Columbus. They came before Columbus and so forth. And we're gonna go into this. Give me all them books. Give me the other two books. Anyway, hey, we get into books too. Shaka most. We go into books too. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, when you go into Columbus Day, they make a big deal. I remember as a child going to school, they made a big deal, and they taught you that he was a good man. Yeah. See, that's why you should take all your children out the damn school system, man. The school system doesn't build you. You can teach you niggas always getting mad about what the white man didn't do, hadn't did anything for you. Do for your fucking self, man. You do your marching. It's discrimination. You don't like this discrimination? Do your own damn thing, man. Get your own schools, man.
That's right.
You got enough niggas out there that making money, like Denzel. He's sitting on about $100 million. You got Floyd sitting on about $250 million, $500 million. All these niggas with all that money. Oprah got a couple of billions. You mean to tell me they're not gonna come out and help the community? Yeah. Because you niggas ain't shit, man. That's why we get on you damn niggas, man. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about all you tribes, all right? Now, the reason why you got jacked up by Christopher Columbus the new world and so forth, is because that's the prophecies of the Most High. And basically, let's go to Revelation, the 20th chapter, and start from the top.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. Now that angel in the bottomless pit, that was Yahweh Shai, and the great chain in his hand represented slavery. Now the pit represents Europe, because there's a lack of mineral resources in that country, or in those surrounding areas or regions. That's why they have to go out to places like India and other places to get spices and different other resources. So what happened was, when the so-called white man was in power in Europe, they were taken down, and for a period of 1,000 years, they were sealed. They couldn't deceive anybody. They couldn't get back into power. They couldn't do anything. After that 1,000 years, then he was loosed, which came around during the time of what they call the Renaissance period.
Yeah, that's when the Borgia family started coming into power in Spain, primarily because Rodrigo Borgia, when he bribed and brought his way into the papacy to become the Pope, and eventually through a period of time, he started, as these Jake popes or these Jakes that was in the papacy, whether they were dying off or whether they were retiring, he started bringing them Edomites up in there, because the Jake had integrated the white man into their societies. It just didn't happen in one day. It was a course of time. You know what I mean? And that's when that mainly started, with the Borgia family, which they financed Columbus, man, by the way. Yeah.
There was King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella that backed them, and other certain bankers and so forth that backed them, because the banking system goes back. That's an old system, That goes back beyond during the time of Yahweh Shai. The money changes, because the word banker goes back to the word bench. A bench is a table where you sit down on one side. Even if you go to the bank today, I had to go to the bank and I sat at a bench. The bench was a table, and you had the person on one side and you had the person on the other side if you want to open up an account or whatever. And that right there that's where you get the word bank from, because you're going to a bench, which is a table, all right? Not the bench that you sit on, but the bench that you sit down and you take out your paperwork, and then you do business transactions. So you don't even know that, the origins of the word bank, cow, bench, all right? But it says here, because I mentioned a little while ago about the reason why Christopher Columbus and the so-called white man took this world over and enslaved you, is a fulfilled prophecy. It says here in Jeremiah 15:2, it says, "And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are," it doesn't say Christ, it says Yahweh. The word is Yahweh. "Thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity." So we're still captive under this so-called white man. And it started, it goes through our history, but I'm saying the last captivity that we were put in started with the New World. So this is the New World captivity. When Columbus went from the old world, which is old world Europe, to the Americas, which is the New World, they refer to it as the New World. So that term, New World Order, goes back to King Ferdinand, Queen Isabella, the Borgias, Cristobal Colon, all right? The Langolos, which are the Langsons today, was they make billions, I would say trillions, hundreds of billions from real estate. They're big into that.
Yeah, because matter of fact, I'm gonna read on here, but when you go back into the history